Let's go like this. Take your block and let's sit Supta Baddha Konasana. Take it a little wider this morning and take the block, place it this direction, and then slide your feet up on top of the block. Yep. Then weave your hands under and see if you can grab the front of the block. Like obviously you may need to work with placement here a little bit. If this does not feel good, then just stay more upright and use the back of your triceps to press your inner thighs open. Yeah, so there's a couple different ways that you could take it. So you could just start to feel the arches of your feet press together. So if you're more upright, just kind of breathe like your tailbone pressing and your spine nice and long, your shoulders relaxed. Just close your eyes for a few moments. If you're more weaved and folded, let your head drop. But the same action of events are happening here. Yeah. Dara, I don't know, your Zoom box says connecting to audio, so I don't know. Can you hear me? I don't know what that means. You're in now. You're good now. So we started in Supta Baddha Konasana. This Zoom stuff is, technology is so weird. So we can't live with it or can't live without it. So just set yourself up, Dara, if you're just tuning in, and then fold or stay more upright. A few more breaths. On every exhale breath, see if you can drop your inner thighs open a little more. Yeah. Feel a little bit more space kind of moving through your body. Good. Pull yourself up. Take your feet flat down to the ground. Slide the block in between your thighs here, okay? In between your thighs. You're going to drop down onto your forearms. We'll do a little ab work like this. So I really want you to let your shoulders slide down your back, have your palms flat to the ground, have your knees kind of bent a little bit to begin. Yeah. And depending on your back, you'll see how this feels. You're going to extend the legs out. You're going to hold the block, let the feet kind of just come hips width distance, but you want to draw the belly in. You're going to bend the knees and draw the knees slowly in. So it's almost just like a really slow crunch, but you're supporting with your upper body so you're not going into lower back. Really, really slow. So you want to squeeze the blocks and extend the legs out. You want to use your core muscles. And you're going to hug and pull it in. So you're going to squeeze that block and really focus on your abdominal wall. So you're going to extend and press like you're moving through slow motion, almost like you're pressing both feet on the gas brake and the pedal on the pedal. And then you're going to hug and pull in. Couple more. So you're just going to press and move forward. Good. You're going to hug and pull in. Good. Couple more. Press and move forward. You can even feel it in your legs as you do it. Draw and draw that knee, the knees in. One more, press, extend. Draw and hug in. This time, keeping your legs bent and the block in between your thighs. You're gonna rock yourself up to supported Navasana with your hands kind of clawing the mat, squeezing the block. If having the hands on the ground doesn't work for you today, you can grab the back of your thighs as an alternative. If you're feeling pretty jazzed up and you wanna have your arms forward or up, this is obviously going to make things a little bit more intense. We're holding here for 5 more breaths wherever you are. Don't let go of the block. So find something you know you can maintain for a few more breaths where you're not going into your low back. Draw the navel into the back of the spine. Sit up a little taller. Feel. Cross the ankles, move the block, and slide yourself into a tabletop position. When you arrive in tabletop position, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round and look in. Dara, if you're still having issues, maybe sign out and come back. I had to do that earlier today. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. Keep going, cat and cow. So annoying, sorry. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round and look in. Just moving on that breath. Yep, make it feel good this morning, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Good, one more. Anchor with your hands and feel, sink the spine down, look forward. Exhale, round and look in. Come to flat back tabletop position. Extend your right leg back like a half plank. Just feel the connection of your right toes curled into the mat. And fire up the quadriceps. So your left knee is down. Perfect. So just bring your left hand like an inch far forward. Turn your left toes out on an angle and just open up to supported side plank really early in the practice here. So I'm actually not doing it for the side plank purposes. I want you to bend your right leg, catch your right ankle, and kick your right foot behind you only if this feels good for you this morning. So it's real early here, just getting a nice solid warm up. Think more about firing up the foot behind your tailbone towards the side of the room. Squeezing the shoulder blade down the back, opening up the collarbone and the chest, and maybe looking softly up towards the ceiling sky area if you can. Release the leg and release the arm up towards the sky. Let your eyes go down to the floor and bring the right hand back down. Come back to this three-legged tabletop. Three-legged tabletop. Reach the left arm forward now, swing the left arm back and bend at your knee crease and kick up and back this direction. So just kind of moving the body this morning. The chest peels forward, the neck stays super neutral. Yeah. Take another big breath in, really let that heart center just kind of get a nice soft broadening and opening here. And then release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Just pause with it in space and really fire it up. So reach like you're gonna touch the front of the room and reach your foot like you're gonna squeeze it all the way to the back edge of the mat area. Hand and knee come down to the ground. Good, curl the left toes into the mat, fire up that quadricep, feel first. The pelvis is real neutral, the activation of your left leg, the right knee down. Bring the right hand like an inch far forward, turn the right toes out at an angle and start to peel open to the supported side plank real early here. The left leg is lifted in space. And then reach with your left hand to catch your ankle. If this is available this morning, kick up and back. So peel the chest open, look sideways, look up. Good, release the arm and the leg back into that modified side plank. Look to the floor, left hand comes down, pivot the tailbone so it's neutral to the ground. The left leg stays lifted. In space, the right arm extends forward. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Yeah. And then the right arm reaches back, bend at your knee crease and see if you can get hold of your ankle foot area. If you can't, then just create the shape. Steer the chest forward, activate the thigh, kick up and back. Give it a little bit more juice. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Hand and knee comes down to the ground. Walk the hands out a little here. Curl the toes into the mat if they're not already there, and then start to lift up to your first downward facing dog. And when you get to down dog this morning, pedal out the feet. Walk in place a bunch. Yeah. Spread the palms real wide across the mat. Connect. And then find a moment of stillness where you can just begin to feel your body holding itself up. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders this morning. Bend your knees as much as you need. You got it. Let your head just be free. Plug down your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. Roll forward to plank position. Yeah, lead with your heart and chest. The goal is to have one straight line of energy running from the crown of the head all the way to your heels and from the heels to crown of your head. Draw the navel in and up, press the floor away. Fix your eyes on one spot right here. Good. Stay with it a couple more cycles of breath. See if you can just kind of relax in this hard, long hold. Right. Let the body really feel the power of the ground holding you up. Contract the thigh bones a little bit more, press down. Lower halfway to a push-up that works. You may need to support it this morning with the knees down, or maybe just go a little bit into the movement. Re-straighten your arms to a plank position. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. I'm going to move a little different this morning. Let's guide the right foot forward into a low lunge. Yeah, be on your fingertips here for a sec. So you're in a low lunge, your right foot is forward. The left hand's going to tent to the ground and the right arm's going to peel open into an easy twist. By all means, you can use a block underneath your left hand if you need to. You can also always drop your bottom knee to the ground. Stack up the shoulders like we did in the side plank. Look sideways, look up. Notice the right hip, it likes to wing out, grip it under. See if you can slide the shoulders down the back as you twist open a little bit more. Right hand comes to the ground. Pause for just a brief moment here. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Start to straighten out your front leg and pull up anywhere on the front of your right shin. You can always use a block, a really early triangle here. So getting some really nice hamstring extension. Back leg on a strong angle. Front knee can have a little bend. So if your lower back feels a little more tight this morning, then I'd recommend being up a little higher, right? You don't have to be so deep in these poses. Anywhere along the front of that right leg that works for you. So you're just creating the shape. So don't get so caught up that we need to be so deep, so far in these postures. Good. Just really work on opening up the chest, anchoring the feet, feeling the inner and outer thighs, feeling your outer hips grip in. And most importantly, the space from your right hip to your armpit. Keep a really nice long extension. Sensation that you're leaning back a little bit, anchor through your feet a little more. Lots of good Ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Eyes go to the floor. Your hands are going to come down to the instep of the right foot like I'm demonstrating. You're not going to pop up. You're going to pivot the right foot. You're going to pivot through the center, okay? Pivot all the way through the center and then pivot towards the back left foot. As you pivot that left foot around, you're going to arrive into this low lunge. Pause for a moment here. Back leg is solid and straight. Right hand will tent. Left arm will peel. Now you're going into the easy twist. Same posture, just switching directions here. Change of direction. Slide the shoulders down the back. Look sideways, look up. Grip the left hip in. And then breathe. Another big breath in. Left hand to the floor, same thing goes. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Make sure that you angle your feet so they're in the same intersection. Left hand somewhere on the front of that left shin leg area and slide yourself open to a triangle pose here. Strong angle of that back foot is very helpful. Soft bend of the front knee works great. Inner and outer thighs are getting a nice opening as you lean back a little bit and feel. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Just fix your eyes. And notice that, early in the practice, it's hard to find the drishti. It's hard to just, arrive in a meditation. So take your time and just focus slow. Another big breath in. You're not going to pop up. Your hands are going to come down and you're going to pivot through the center. And as you arrive through the center here, just if you have the space, walk your hands out to kind of like this really a wide kind of down dog. So the hands just come a little far forward, the head drops, and you just breathe here for a few breaths. So your legs are kind of wide and your arms are just walking out. So it's kind of like a down dog with wide legs. Start to walk the hands back through center. Don't pop up. You're going to pivot around. Right foot's going to bend and you're going to rest your right arm on the top of your right thigh for a modified extended side angle. So you're not popping up. See if you can just create the shape. So you're bending your right leg now, the left arm stretching straight up or over your ear. The right shoulder is soft. You're gripping your right hip in and you're breathing here. Turn the bottom ribs. See if you can soften, relax in the pose as you find a strong shape. Circle the left arm, come down, walk back through that center, pivot the right toes on an angle, creep around to the front back edge of the mat, bend into that left thigh. Create the shape of a warrior two, but don't come up. Rest the arm on the top of the thigh, sweep your top right arm up and forward, or straight up, or hand can be on hip. So just working on really staying engaged and close to the floor right here. Soften the shoulder, turn the bottom ribs. A strong angle of that back foot really helps support the pose. And see if you could relax, find that softness, find the relaxation of your breath, the jaw relaxing. The left hip wants to pop out. See if you can hug it under a little more, turn those bottom ribs and breathe. Circle the right arm, come back through center, straighten the leg, walk to the front skinny edge of the mat, pivot the right foot around, step to a plank. When you arrive in plank position, lower halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Pull yourself through a smooth, clean up dog or baby cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Look to the top of the mat, take 2 big steps to get there this morning. Long spine when you arrive, hands can always rest on your shins. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms, sun A's. Arms go straight up towards the sky, dive over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. You can step. If you're feeling jazzed up, you can always float at this point through a low push-up chaturanga. You can support with your knees down if you need. Up dog or cobra, pick something that works. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look where you want to go, step or float, top of mat. Get there nice and light. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up, feel the ground. Hands to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Keep going like this. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your variation here. It's a light hop back if you're going for that. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So depending on what's going on in your body, you can take out push-ups. You could take out the back bend. You could just go to down dog. You know the drill here. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag the hands to prayer, drop your arms. One more of these. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive in half over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your variation of a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth, press even through your hands, the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah. So squeeze the abdominal wall in and up if you can. And look forward with your eyes. I find when you look forward, it actually becomes a little bit more challenging. Step the right foot forward and through. Creep it over to the right a little bit. Come to the fingertips. Activate the back leg and just root to rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. Just steer the hip points forward. You can always soften the back knee if you need to, but you're heavy in the front thigh. The knee tracks nicely over the ankle. The arms energize up towards the sky, then fix your eyes. Drop your arms anywhere that you feel that they feel good. I like them alongside the body. Hands can come to prayer. Tip forward with the torso and just pause. It's like you're going to launch off. So it's a nice long spine. The back leg is anchoring you. And then you're going to press off warrior three. If you need to use blocks, you're welcome to. They can be in the center or one under each hand. Works great. But keep everything very even towards the floor. Soft bend behind that standing right leg. Eyes of the shoulders lifting a little bit higher than the rest of your body. And you're just finding balance the best that you can. Gripping of the right hip, spreading of the right toes. Stay engaged, bend a little more in that standing right leg, and let's land back, warrior one. Take a nice big step. You just have to guide that foot back. It's not always the most beautiful transition. Steer the left side of your body forward, energize your arms, press heavy through your feet. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's find plank. So you can pause here and just hold. You can lower halfway to a push-up and hold there. Re-straighten your arms if you took the push-up option. Hug your left knee in and up. See if you can keep your gaze, your neck long, looking forward. Scoop up the belly. Press the hands into the floor. Step the left foot forward and through. Arrange the stance so it feels like you've got good balance. Activate your back leg and then rise on your breath, high lunge. Iron out the stance. So always keep in mind that you want about hips width distance for your left foot to your right foot, so it's even and it doesn't feel like you're on a tightrope. Arms energize up, neck is nice and neutral. Sit a little heavier in that front thigh. Anywhere you want your arms. I like mine alongside the body. They can be forward as well. I just want you to tip and pause. So you're just hovering. You feel the hovering and then you feel the strength of that back leg. And then with that energy, press off warrior three. Using blocks if you need to, gripping your left hip in. Little soft bend behind the standing left leg. Yeah, fix your eyes, just breathe. So bend a little more in that standing left leg and then launch back warrior one. See if you can just step right back into that warrior one. Side ribs turn. Yeah. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's move ourselves through a vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Press through the hands, the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, down dog. Look to the top, step or float to get there. Long spine, fold. Let's sit into chair, our glorious pose. Stick the butt way back. Little arch in that low back. That should be pretty natural for most of us. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Feel the weight in your heels and then use that energy to shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through a vinyasa. You can take it out. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. Step the right foot forward, back foot turns, rise. Warrior one. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Pull yourself through a smooth back bend. Hips up and back, down dog. Land the left foot forward. Everyone's moving a little bit different, so that's fine. Rise. Back down we go through a vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine when you arrive. Weight stays forward always. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Oh, I forgot to add the chair. So just sit into chair. Shows you how much I like that pose. Then shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Here we go. Chair from the top. Sit deep into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through a vinyasa. So the up dog is smooth always. Hips up and back, downward facing. Land your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Back down we go through a vinyasa. So the goal right here is just to keep it moving for yourself. The left foot lands on your breath, rise, warrior one. Great. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back down dog. Just be here for a sec. Keep the arms really straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float top of mat. Long spine when you arrive. Exhale, fold. Don't forget the chair. Weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Let's just do one more. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. When you fold, fold over bent legs. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare, step or float through your vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. Right foot lands. Everything should feel much better now. Rise, warrior one, at least I hope so. Back down we go. Adding or subtracting what you need. From your down dog, when you're ready, the left foot lands, the back foot turns, rise. Hands to the floor, through push up. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, let it go for a sec. Look where you wanna go, step or float top of mat. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Shoot up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. So have some blocks at the top of the mat. It's always good to move like that, okay? Just ready for you if you need them. So standing on your right leg, you're gonna grab your left foot from the outside like this, and the right arm's gonna come up. So it's kind of like a dance. We're gonna kind of go into a version of dancer, but I want an outward hold. Yeah, so it's like this. And then I want you to start to kick up and back into your hand like you would do regular dancer pose, just without the hand on the instep. So grip the right foot to the floor, hug the right hip in, keep your torso as lifted as you can and start to kick into your left hand. Yeah, so the left shoulder pulls down the back. Good, see if you can drop the body down a little lower. So from here, we're working into an Ardha Chandrasana. If you have a half moon with a bind, keep the bind, bring the right hand down. If you need to let go of the foot to set up half moon that way. So we're kind of going in the other direction. Yes, give it a whirl. So you're going right into the bound version of Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. If this does not work for you, regular Ardha. Keeping that right foot forward, gripping that right hip in is the hardest part. Yes, finding the stability. Turn the bottom ribs, look sideways, look up. Kick a little more. Start to slowly release the arm and the leg into regular Ardha. So just now taking into regular Ardha Chandrasana. So you're floating in space here. Yep. Stack it open, look sideways, look up. 3 more breaths. Get real light, guys. Look down, step back, warrior 2. Nice big juicy step. Woo, is a wild thing. Yeah. Arrange your feet. Sit heavy here. Spread the collarbone and the chest. Yeah. Nice even torso, even stance. Lengthen the tailbone. And then if you can, close your eyes. Wrap your inner right thigh open. And just kind of let the pose start to unravel itself. It shows its true self as we hold. A little more breath, a little more energy running through your arms. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body get real long here. So you're creating a lot of space. And then you'll come back to warrior two. You're gonna wrap right into a half bind. The right hand can come to the instep of that right foot. I like my hand on a block personally. If you know you can get into a full bind immediately, just pull the collarbone in the chest and see if you can grab your hand or your wrist. This is not for everybody, okay? Half bind is awesome. Arm on top of thigh is another great option if something isn't feeling great, okay? So you kind of have to literally feel your way through this stuff. Grip the right hip in, turn the bottom ribs, look sideways, look up. Yeah, lean back a little. Nice work. Crown of the head is moving forward. Strong angle of that back foot presses pretty steady into the ground. Let's give it a couple more breaths. Heavy in your legs, stay with the breath. Warrior two, pull it up. Warrior two. Take it to the floor. Vinyasa. Yep. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. In your down dog, pivot your toes to the right and your heels to the left. Lean on your left hand for a staggered Vashisthasana. The right arm extends up. If you feel that you want to add something else into the side plank today or back out of it, please do so. Find something that you can hold. Yeah. Nice work. Perfect. Plank position, nice and slow. Don't flop to the floor. Chaturanga push up if you have it in you. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing. Nice work. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Get there light. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Let your head go. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Just let's come up to a standing position. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Have your blocks to the top of the mat. So now you're going to grab your right ankle from the outside. We'll take dancer like this. The left arm extends up. Soften a little behind the left knee. Keep your left foot forward and start to kick up and back. So just, I like to flex my foot. It's not about how deep we're kicking the foot. Keep the body as upright as you can so you could really get the back bend. Yeah, less is more. Fix your eyes, quiet your mind, and just breathe. Let the right shoulder slide down the back. Two more. Traveling to Ardha Chandrasana, trying to keep the bind if possible, utilizing the block is definitely helpful for a lot of us. Keeping that bind if you can, going into the regular version if it doesn't work out for you. So the kick goes behind you, the shoulders and the chest open, look sideways, look up. Yeah. Grip the bottom hip under, keep the left foot forward. Stay with it. Start to release the arm and the leg so you're in regular Ardha. Flex the right toes strong, spread the chest open, look sideways, look up. Find your balance. Put a little extra attention right now to your left foot leg area. Get a little lighter in your bottom left hand. Take a giant step back. Try and make the transition smooth. Warrior two. So find warrior two. You got it. Warrior two. And then settle in for a few really good breaths here. Maybe even closing your eyes. Yeah. Spread open. Find the evenness of the pose if possible. Wrap the inner left thigh open. And you just kind of have to melt into it. Sit a little deeper. Soften where you can soften. So if you notice you're clenching your neck, your shoulders, just kind of drop them down your back. Good. Flip the palm reverse. Let the hand slide down the back of that right thigh. Let the side body get a little longer. Come back to warrior two and find your way into that B variation. If you can go right into a half bind or a full bind, give it a go. Watch, pay attention to this left shoulder. If you're tight, has a tendency to want to roll in. So you want to keep softening those shoulders down the back and then twist open. You can always kind of bump up to the modified version. I'm demonstrating it here. Note that this is there for you. Grip the bottom hip in, turn the bottom ribs, look sideways, look up, and then spread open. Focus on that right leg. Press it firm. Contract the thigh, the quadricep, the glute. Couple more breaths. You're rocking it this morning. So let's stay strong in our legs and pull up warrior two. Really nice work. Look forward, take it through a vinyasa for me. Just keep it moving. The up dog will feel pretty nice. Meet me back in a downward facing dog, and then pivot your toes to the left and your heels to the right. Bring your right hand out an inch further and slide into a side plank that you know you can maintain. The one I'm demonstrating here is staggered feet. Dropping your bottom knee, you can bend your top leg. This is a great option as well. Yeah. Something you can, you can hold and breathe for a few more breaths. That's good. Dropping down to your forearm. Slow transition to a plank position. Nice work. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Pick what feels best at this point. Hips up and back, down dog. Keep it moving. Keep your head in the game. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. Rise on your breath. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Lean out like we did earlier before, like you really find nice extension with the spine. Then we'll hook and twist. If for some reason you're not hooking today, you can just stay in an upright position. You don't have to twist. Yeah. Twisting is overrated. Sometimes, right. On every exhale breath, see if you could take it a little deeper wherever you are in this. If you are in the twist, point the elbow, spread the collarbone, spread the chest, open up your arms. Grip the bottom hip in. Activate the left leg. Two more. Hands to frame the front foot. Look forward with your eyes. Spring forward. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sit into your heels, chair pose. Same thing, same direction. Drag the hands to prayer. You could stay upright and just look a little right and take it into like a soft movement. You can hook the elbow, get in there a little deeper. Kind of pick your battle here with this. Yeah. Yeah, the alignment is what we're looking for. So if you're not really twisting, just stay kind of heavy in your heels and think more chair. Yeah. If you're going deeper, you're going to open up your arms. You're welcome to give that a whirl. Good. Pull around to chair. Stay grounded, guys. Keep your arms moving up. I want you to really press strong and use your glutes to press to stand, but don't let your arms drop. Keep your arms moving up. Stand on your right leg and draw your left knee in. Yeah. Draw your left knee in. And today, a little different. You can crisscross at your wrist and you can grab the base of your foot. You could just stay like this today. You can just stay really upright. I'll turn towards you and show you what I mean. If you're, yeah. Lock the navel in. If I could balance, it would be great. Maybe don't look at me. Good. If you have the range of motion with your hamstring to extend the leg forward, that's great. If you just want to stay kind of hugging in, work on drawing that spine long, softening the shoulders down your back. As the leg goes forward, you could just breathe. We're just going to stay like this right now. I don't want to go into anything more than the hamstring and really working on the extension. Breathe 5 breaths. Where can you soften? Where can you find more power? Probably from that standing right leg. If the leg went forward, rebend the leg in, keep it close to you. Straighten the arms all the way up towards the sky. Don't let the left leg drop. Take a 3-foot step back with your left foot. So it's like a short warrior one, and with the arms up towards the sky. Arrange the feet for twisting triangle so it works best for you. Right hand on your hip, left arm extends out, come halfway down. Come the rest of the way down utilizing blocks. If you're not twisting today, just place blocks under both hands and just fold. Take it more like a parvo. If you are twisting, slide the block underneath the left hand. Right hand comes to the flat part of the back. Look sideways, start to look up, and you can sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Anchor through your feet and your legs. Feel the feet press, feel your outer hips grip as you lengthen and twist. Look sideways, look up towards the sky, give it a little more love. Right hand frames the front foot. Fold over your right leg, let your head go. Yeah, you can kind of walk your hands back to give yourself a little bit more of a hamstring release. Draw your torso over the front of the right thigh. Good. And then take the hands down to the ground, step to a dog. When you get to down dog, drop to your forearms for forearm down dog. You can interlace your hands, walk the feet up a little closer. Make sure your head isn't touching the ground. Be here. If you want to work on going up, you can. If not, 5 or 6 breaths. You can work on breath or 2, lifting the leg independently up towards the sky. Yeah. Walk the feet in as close as they can go. That's how you're going to get to feel that, yes, that like kind of elevate, even if you never all go all the way up. Back to a dolphin pose on your forearms. Yep. Nice and slow. Walk out to a forearm plank. Yep. Walk out to a forearm plank. Draw the navel in, and then one hand at a time to a plank position. Do it slow. Good work. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, crescent lunge. Keep it going. You're almost done, which is good news. Drag the hands to prayer. You want to lean out first, create that extension. You can just stay in that leaning out position. You don't have to twist at all. If you're taking the little air twist, that's great. If you want to hook in, go for it. So many great options here. There's not just one way. There's a million different ways. Hook that left hip in. Activate that back leg. Look sideways, look up. Try not to look back though. We have a tendency to round. A little more extension, a little bit more twist. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Spring to the top, long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold, sit into chair. Drag the hands to prayer. Same thing goes here. Little baby air twist. You can hook in. Yeah. Keeping your weight in your heels, your two knees aligned. Looking sideways, looking up. Give it a little bit more. Pull around to chair and really find your glutes, find your heels, keep your arms really active, and then shoot up to stand up, but don't let your arms drop. Keep everything very engaged. Stand on your left leg and just start to draw your right knee in. Start by giving your right knee a squeeze. And then if you want to practice crisscross wrist, grab the base of your foot. It's more to just kind of find a little bit more space down your spine. So as you hug the right leg in and up, draw the navel in, stand up really tall. If you have the hamstring flexibility to kind of extend the leg forward, give that a whirl. When the leg goes forward, the whole body stays upright. Fix your eyes and just breathe. Yeah. If you add in the leg straight, rebend it and join us. The leg is close towards the body in a 90-degree angle. Don't let the leg drop. Just wrap the arms straight up towards the sky. Sweep them out and up. Yes. With the arms staying up, guide your right leg back about 3 feet into a short warrior one. Straighten the legs the best that you can. Walk the left foot a little to the left. Left hand on hip, right arm extends out. Reach all the way out and set up for twisting triangle. Use a block here. Yeah. Stack it open. Feel like someone's got you by your hips. They're pulling you back. So you get to this point in the practice, and this should feel pretty like your body should pretty naturally be able to go here at this point. You know, everyone's got its limitations, but we've done all the necessary things to warm the body up. So this feels pretty successful for most of us. Anchor through your feet, your legs, and give it a big twist. Great, let it go over that leg, frame out that front foot, move your block to the side and fold directly over that left leg. Your back leg is straight, your front leg can have as much bend as it needs. You can kind of crawl your hands backwards. Good. Hands to frame your front foot, step to a dog. When you arrive in this down dog, roll forward, big plank position, halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra, like sweep your body through. Hips up and back, down dog. Land your right knee forward for a half pigeon. Should feel pretty good to come here now. Yeah, half pigeon pose. And then fold. Good luck, Katie. Katie C. We got 2 Katies. Let yourself kind of melt to the ground. Great, use the strength of your body, start to come up. We did this the other day. We're gonna sweep the left leg around and come in kind of like into like a little tree here for our back bend. The right hand will come behind you. and you'll lift up for sail pose. Press up and back. If you can get your left foot flat to the floor, that's great. If that doesn't work, it's fine. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. As you lower down, swing your right knee forward. We'll take bull seat today. So you're going to cross your left thigh over your right. The easiest way to get into this is to come into a little tabletop position. Yeah, and kind of slide your left thigh in front of your right. Evenly pull your feet apart. Bring your block with you if you know you're tight. You can always sit on the block like I'm demonstrating here if your butt is really, really far from the ground. So guys, this targets our outer hips, which is not an easy area to get a pretty intense stretch. I'm elevated on the block, okay? I'm sitting on it the long direction. If you can get your butt directly to the floor, that's great, but you don't want to compromise the alignment. You can hook the big toes. You can start to fold. You could start to fold and kind of walk your hands out. I'm just going to stay real upright and just breathe into the outer part of the legs. Your hands can just come to prayer and you can just start to slow the practice down. You could even eagle the arms if that felt good to you today. This actually is kind of nice. I like this. Give it a couple more. Good to unravel ourselves. Oh, this is the fun part. So just rock forward and just like literally unravel yourself into a down dog. And if you want to clear it out one last time here through a vinyasa, you're welcome to do so. If you've had enough of that, just go down dog and let's slide the left leg forward, half pigeon. Okay, half pigeon. So just finishing off this side, we're going to hit the floor in a minute. We're going to take a little bit of rest. It's going to feel nice. Fold. Good. Start to come up nice and slow. Lean on your left side. Sweep your right leg forward. It's like a little baby tree. Left hand behind you. Lift up and back for sail. The right foot can go flush to the floor if you can. If not, just, you can always turn that right leg a little if that makes it feel better for you. And make it more of like a modified side plank. Good. Exhale the breath. Start to lower. When you hit the floor, swing your left leg forward, bend your right leg on top. And the easiest way, as I've told you, get in by coming to a little tabletop to kind of even it out. Your right knee in front of your left, your feet slide far apart. I'm going to move my block and I'm going to sit on it. If your butt can touch the floor, that's great. And then if you want to wrap your arms up into eagle, you could stay upright, you could pivot forward a little, wherever you get the feeling, like you're just looking to get that sensation. And maybe just close your eyes and go inward here. Good. Start to pull yourself up, unravel yourself. If you're sitting on a block, just remove it. Kind of let the butt hit the floor and then swing the legs out in front of you. And like we started, let's finish in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's take the block, the long direction, anchor the feet, and then fold again and see how you feel. And if you want to bring the feet closer this time, you're welcome to. If you want to take 2 blocks and stack it up to give it a little more. Oh my God, I think this would be too much for me. Yeah, That's too much for me. Yeah, and just fold. Yeah, and just let that the inner thighs drop open. And then keeping your feet like this on the block, you could start to lower yourself down. You could bring the other block with you if you know you need it. Lay all the way down. You can always place something underneath your head and see if you can take Shavasana like this. Of course, if this doesn't feel good, you can extend the legs out and just take regular Shavasana. But if it feels nice to keep the legs kind of in that little bit of a hip opener, yeah. If there's any final movements you need, of course, take them. If not, just find some rest here for the next 2 minutes. Let yourself just be still. Take a big breath in. Exhale out loud through your mouth. Stretch the arms up over the top of the head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And rock up however it feels best for you. Sit up nice and tall. Sit up nice and tall in a seated position. Let the hands kind of find the center. Bow your head for a sec. And just feel the effects of this great practice that you just made happen on your mat. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Stay warm if you're here in the Northeast. Enjoy the sunshine if you're someplace else, and see you soon.